heard the story of creation, the ark and the flood, great family, and now is time for the Exodus. To help us get ready to hear this story, let's take a big breath in and a big breath out. Another big breath in and a big breath out. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be. This is the desert. Well, it's a piece of the desert. It's important that we have a piece of the desert in church because so many important things happen there to the people of God. The desert is a dangerous place. There is very little water, and so not many things grow. It's hard to find water to drink. People die without food and water. When the wind blows, it changes the shape of the desert. People can lose their way. The desert is a dangerous place. You have to be ready to go into the desert. The people of God were living in a place where the rains did not come. Crops did not get water, so they did not grow. There was no grain to grind to make bread. Everyone was hungry. Children cried in their sleep at night. The mothers and fathers decided that they had to take their children and go to a place where there was food, even if that meant they had to go into the desert. Their journey began. It was a hard journey across the desert toward the land of Egypt. In the land of Egypt, the king is called a pharaoh. When the people arrived in Egypt, there was food and work. But the pharaoh trapped them. They could not go home again. They had to do what the pharaoh said. They had to wake up when the pharaoh said. They had to go to bed when the pharaoh said. They had to eat what the Pharaoh said. They had to live where the Pharaoh said. They had to do the work that the Pharaoh said. They had to do everything the Pharaoh said. They were slaves. They could not go home again. One of the people was named Moses, and he went to the Pharaoh to say, "Let my people go." And the Pharaoh said, "No." Moses went back to the Pharaoh many times to tell him, "Let my people go." And each time, the Pharaoh said, "No." Then strange things started to happen in the land. And still, the Pharaoh said, "No." Then something terrible happened. The oldest boy in all of the Egyptian families died, including the family of the Pharaoh. The eldest boy in the families of the people of God did not die, because they marked the doors of their houses with the blood of a lamb, and so the angel of death passed by them. Moses went to the Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." And the Pharaoh said, "Yes." The people hurried to get ready. They baked bread, and they did not have time to put leaven in it, which makes the bread big and fluffy, like the bread you can buy in stores today. You can still eat this bread today. It's called matzo. And when you taste that bread, you can taste this story even today. The people of God hurried because they were worried that the Pharaoh would change his mind. Suddenly, they heard the sound they did not want to hear, the sound of horses' hooves and the chariots of the army of the Pharaoh behind them. It sounded like thunder. The army of the Pharaoh pushed the people against the water. They did not know what to do. God came so close to Moses, and Moses came so close to God, that Moses knew the way to lead the people through the water into freedom. This one's afraid. This one's running. This one's confused. When all of the people were on the other side of the water closed behind them. They were free. The army of the Pharaoh could not get to them. All of the people were free on the other side. They were so happy. They had to say thanks to God. And Miriam, the sister of Moses, led the dancing. I wonder what part of this story you like best. I wonder what part of the story is the most important. I wonder where you are in this story, or who you are in this story. I wonder if there's any part of this story we could take out and still have all the story we need. I wonder. Watch as I put our story away for now. The people of God, Moses and Miriam, in the desert.